Hello students, myself Vikash, assistant professor from IIMT College of Pharmacy. Here I am going to discuss about industrial pharmacy second unit first pilot plant scale up techniques. This is your syllabus as per AKTU and PCI. Introduction. Plant is a place where 5M comes together for manufacturing of the products. These 5 M's are money, material, man, methods, and machine. Pilot plant. Pilot plant, it is a part of pharmaceutical industry where a lab scale formula is converted into possible product by development of suitable methods. Scale up. It is up the process of increasing the batch size. During pilot plant scale up, ensure the ability of the raw material, physical space required, and layout of the relating function, elevation and validation of the production, ensuring the of adequate records and reports of to support GMP, identification of art critical points during the scale-up process so that it can be adequately monitored to assure that the process is under control, production rate, and future market requirement. Objective of scale-up: find out mistakes on a small scale and make a profit on a large scale. To produce physically and chemically stable therapeutic doses from review of equipment, making guidelines for production and product control, evaluation and validation to identify the critical feature of the process. Steps involved in pilot plant scale-up techniques. Define product needs based on the projected market size and competitive selling. Second point is conduct laboratory studies and scale-up planning at the same time. Define rate controlling step in the proposed process. Fourth point is conduct larger than laboratory studies. Fifth point is design and conduct the pilot plant, including provisions for process, environmental control, cleaning, sanitizing system, packaging, and waste handling system, and meeting regulatory agency requirements. And last point is review final product of pilot plant. जनरल कंसिडरेशंस या रिक्वायरमेंट्स हमें पायलट प्लान करते टाइम किस किस बातों की किस चीजों की रिक्वायरमेंट हो सकती है. फर्स्ट इज रिपोर्टिंग रेस्पॉन्सिबिलिटीज, जिसको हम रिपोर्ट करें पायलट प्लान डेवलप करते टाइम. इसमें आता है पहला R&D ग्रुप से एक पर्सन विद सेपरेट स्टाफिंग. The formulator who develop the product can take into the production and provide support. Second is person requirements. Should have an scientist with experience in the pilot plant operation and actual production area are the most preferable. The group should have a person with engineering knowledge. Third is space requirement. Space requirement for administration and information process. Sufficient office space should be provided for both scientist and technician. The space should be adjacent to working area. Second point is space requirement for physical testing area. This area should be provided permanently for routinely used physical testing of equipment. Third, space requirement for standard pilot plant equipment floor space. Separate pilot plant space where the equipment are needed for manufacturing all types of doses form is located. Separate space for cleaning is required for equipment should also be provided. Storage area. It should have different approved and unapproved areas for API as well as excipients. Different areas should be provided for the storage of in-process material, final product from the pilot plant, and material from the experimental scale-up batches made in production. Storage area for the packaging material should be also be provided. Review of formula. Review of formula of each aspect of the formulation is important. The purpose of ingredient and its contribution to the final product manufactured on the small scale laboratory and equipment should be understood. Raw material. One representative from pilot plant required for approval and validation of the active ingredients and excipients raw material. Equipments. The most economical and the simplest and the most efficient equipment is used. The equipment size should be such that the experimental trial run should be relevant to the production size batches. If the equipment is too small, the process drug development will not scale up. If the equipment is too weak, then the wastage of expensive API production rate, the immediate as well as the future market trends requirements are considered while determining the production rate. Process evaluation parameters, order of mixing of excipients, mixing speed, mixing time, rate of addition of granulating agents, solvent, solution of drugs, etc. Heating and cooling rates, filter size for liquid, screen size for solid, sorry, drying temperature and drying time. Ninth is master manufacturing procedures, yeah, SOPs. The waste sheet should identify the chemical requirement in a batch. A manufacturing process should be written by the actual operator. Various points like addition rates, mixing time, mixing speed, heating and cooling rates, temperature, storing of final product, sample, etc. should be mentioned in batch report direction. 10th point is stability and uniformity. The primary objective of pilot plant is the physical as well as chemical stability of the product. Hence, each pilot plant batch is representing the final formulation and manufacturing process should be studied for stability. Stability studies should be carried out in finished package as well as raw materials. GMP concentration. First point is equipment qualification. Second is standard operating procedures, personal cleaning process, have validate cleaning procedures, equipment arrangement, regular review, प्रिवेंटिव मेंटेनेंस। इस स्लाइड से हमें को समझना में यह आता है जब हमारे यहाँ DI ड्रग इंस्पेक्टर छापा मारता है तो हमें उसको क्या क्या डॉक्यूमेंट्स दिखाने होते हैं। इक्विपमेंट का मतलब है हमारे इक्विपमेंट कब लगा था, उसकी एक्सपायरी कब है, उसको हमने कब कब क्लीनिंग की, किस मटेरियल का इक्विपमेंट है। इस पर स्टैंडर्ड ऑपरेटिंग प्रोटोकॉल्स का मतलब है वो स्टेप्स जो हमने पायलट प्लान करते हुए फॉलो किए हैं। पर्सनली का मतलब है कौन कौन उसमें काम करता है। इसमें मोस्ट इंपोर्टेंट हमारा फार्मासिस्ट B5 क्वालिफाइड पर्सन होना चाहिए। क्लीनिंग प्रोसीजर्स मतलब हमने क्लीनिंग करते टाइम क्या क्या स्टेप्स लिए, किस चीज से हमने क्लीन किया। इक्विपमेंट अरेंजमेंट, इक्विपमेंट हमारे इस तरह से अरेंज होने चाहिए कि हमारा क्रॉस कंटेमिनेशन ना हो एक इक्विपमेंट से दूसरे इक्विपमेंट्स में। रेगुलर रिव्यूज, हमने कब कब रिव्यू किया इक्विपमेंट्स का, प्रोडक्ट्स का, और हमने क्या क्या प्रिवेंटिव मेंटेनेंस की। नेक्स्ट आता है हमारा पायलट प्लांट स्केल अप कंसंट्रेशंस फॉर सॉलिड डोसेज फॉर्म। सॉलिड डोसेज फॉर्म बनाते टाइम हमें किस किस बातों का ध्यान रखना है। ड्यूरिंग मटेरियल हैंडलिंग, in large scale production proper handling of material is necessary. Accurate quantity of the ingredients should be delivered to the destination. जहां हम प्रोडक्ट बना रहे हैं वहां तक हमारा API एक्यूरेट क्वांटिटी में जाना चाहिए। 2 ग्राम है तो 2 ग्राम, 2.1 या 1.9 नहीं होना चाहिए। सिलेक्शन ऑफ other type of system depends on the characteristics of the material. सेकंड पॉइंट आता है हमारा ग्रेनुलेशन। The process involves transformation of fine powders into free flowing powders that are easy to compress. Third point है dry blending. Granulated particles must be well blended to ensure proper distribution of the drug, and inadequate blending of powders could result in an uneven portion of the batch, which result either high or low potency. फोर्थ आता है हमारा binders. What are binders? Binders used in tablet formulation to make powders are more compressible, resistant to breakage during handling. Drying. Drying of granules take place by circulating hot air oven, which is heated by either steam or electricity. Drying time at a specified temperature and airflow rate must be taken care of for each product. Compression. The process involves where the granulation can be compressed on a high-speed tablet press and produce tablet. Tablet coating. The coating process typically involves spraying a thin polymer film onto a rotating tablet bed. The solution is made up with specific ingredients like pigments, polymer, plasticizers, and a solvent like water is evaporated from the surface using hot air. The amount of coating on the tablet is important for the oral dosage form to be effective. When scaling up production of semi-solid, then हमारा आता है pilot plant scale up consideration for semi-solid dosage form. इसमें हम देखेंगे uniformity, viscosity and rheology. When scaling up the production of semi-solid in a pilot plant, some unique considerations must be addressed to ensure that the product is effective and stable. First point is uniformity. The uniform distribution of API and excipient in the formulation is important. Proper mixing is critical, and this can be affected by the type of mixture, mixture speed, duration, and temperature. Second is viscosity and rheology. Rheological properties determine the spreadability, appearance, and overall feel of the product on the skin. As batch size increases, maintaining consistent rheology can be challenging. Proper mixture selection, agitation time, and temperature control become essential. Third is order of addition of ingredients. The order in which ingredients are added can affect the final product's properties. Some ingredients might require heating to melt or solubilize, while others may degrade if added at high temperature. इसमें हमें यह देखना है कि हमें ए के बाद बी डालना है या सी डालना है। ए एक्सिपिएंट के बाद बी एक्सिपिएंट डालना है या सी डालना है, क्योंकि हमारे कोई भी दो एक्सिपिएंट आपस में रिएक्ट करके कोई तीसरा प्रोडक्ट बना सकते हैं। फोर्थ इज पीएच कंट्रोल. The pH affect the stability and the formulation, and in some cases feel of the screen. Consistency in the pH important, especially when scaling up the batches. हमें pH का इसमें स्पेशली ध्यान देना, हमें कंट्रोल करके रखनी है pH बिटवीन 6.8 to 7.2, क्योंकि वो हमारे स्किन के लिए बेस्ट है. It can be considered as neutral pH. Preservation and stability. Semi-solid due to their water content are prone to be microbial contamination. Effective preservation is essential. Stability studies at the scale-up level are necessary to ensure that the product remains efficient and safe and retains its desired properties over the shelf life. Packaging. The choice of packaging materials, example tubes, jars, can influence product stability and patient experience. Packaging machinery at the commercial scale should ensure product integrity and accurate filling. Then आता है हमारा pilot plant scale up consideration for liquid dosage forms. What are liquid dosage form? Liquid dosage form are formulation containing one or more active ingredients with or without additive dissolved in a suitable vehicle for oral administration. This is our how our liquid dosage form are manufactured. How our liquid dosage form are manufactured. इसमें फर्स्ट स्टेप आता है हमारा रॉ मटेरियल. हम रॉ मटेरियल को किसी भी कंपनी में सबसे पहले लेकर आएंगे, फिर उसको हम एज पर एसओपीस वे करेंगे या मेजर करेंगे. उसके बाद हम उसको अप्रोप्रिएट सोलवेंट या डिस्टिल वाटर के साथ मिक्स करेंगे. उसके बाद अच्छे तरीके से मिक्स होने के बाद उसको हम फिल करेंगे एंड देन पैकेजिंग करेंगे. देन उसको हम रख देंगे 2 से 3 दिन के लिए स्टोरेज एरिया में, देखने के लिए वो स्टेबल है या नहीं. देन हमारा आता है क्वालिटी एश्योरेंस. लास्ट, raw material. One representative of the pilot plant is the approval and validation for active ingredients and excipient raw material used in pharmaceutical products. हमने पहले भी देखा ये कि हमारा जब भी रॉ मटेरियल आएगा उसके लिए हमें एक पर्सन चाहिए पायलट प्लांट से जो उसको अप्रूव करेगा एंड वैलिडेट करेगा जो हमने प्रोडक्ट मंगाया था वो है या नहीं. हमारे रॉ मटेरियल्स क्या क्या हो सकते हैं इसमें? सोलवेंट हो सकते हैं, प्रिजर्वेटिव हो सकते हैं, एंटीऑक्सीडेंट हो सकते हैं, ऑर्गेनोलेप्टिक एजेंट हो सकते हैं. सॉल्वेंट्स में आते हैं हमारे वाटर, अल्कोहल, ग्लाइकोल, पॉलीइथाइलिन ग्लाइकोल, पॉलीप्रोपाइलिन ग्लाइकोल. प्रिजर्वेटिव्स आर बेंजाइल अल्कोहल, प्रोसोल, बेंजोइक एसिड. एंटीऑक्सीडेंट्स हैं इंक्लूड एजोर्बिक एसिड, सोडियम थायोसल्फेट एंड सोडियम मेटा बाइसल्फेट. ऑर्गेनिक एजेंट, organoleptic agent are coloring agent, flavoring agent and treating agent. इसमें सेकंड पॉइंट आता है relevant processing equipment. The equipment that is most economical and the simplest and the most efficient should be selected. Liquid pharmaceutical processing tanks, kettles, pipes, and filters housing are most frequently fabricated from stainless steel. Age of cleaning should be considered if multiple products are to be manufactured in same equipment. अगर हम सेम इक्विपमेंट में अलग अलग प्रोडक्ट बना रहे हैं तो उसको हमें दूसरा प्रोडक्ट बनाने से पहले उसको क्लीन करना है प्रॉपर प्रोसेस के साथ. इसमें नेक्स्ट आता है हमारा प्रोसेस इवोल्यूशन. आइटम्स दैट शुड बी एग्जामिन्ड इंक्लूडिंग द फॉलोइंग: मिक्सिंग स्पीड, mixing time, rate of addition of solvent, solution of drugs, slurries, etc., heating and cooling rates, filter size, and filling. नेक्स्ट लास्ट स्टेप आता है हमारा क्वालिटी एश्योरेंस. क्वालिटी एश्योरेंस करते टाइम हमें किस किस बातों का ध्यान देना है, किस किस पॉइंट्स पे ध्यान देना है. डिसोल्यूशन ऑफ ड्रग इन सॉल्यूशन, पोटेंसी ऑफ ड्रग इन सस्पेंशन, टेम्परेचर यूनिफॉर्मिटी इन emulsions, microbiological control, product uniformity, final volume and stability of the product. नेक्स्ट आता है हमारा सुपैक गाइडलाइन. सुपैक मतलब स्केल अप एंड पोस्ट अप्रूवल चेंजेस. हमारे क्लिनिकल ट्रायल्स होने के बाद जो हम चेंजेस करते हैं वो हमारे सुपैक गाइडलाइंस में आते हैं. सुपैक changes that are made after approval, like the formulation of the drug, batch size, process, equipment, and site of manufacturing. In the following area, changes are likely to take place. इन सभी 5 पॉइंट्स में हमारे चेंजेस हो सकते हैं. कंपोनेंट्स या कंपोजिशन में साइट चेंज हो सकती है हमारी, बैच साइज में चेंजेस आ सकते हैं. फोर्थ इज मैन्युफैक्चरिंग स्पेशलाइजेशन एंड पैकेजिंग में चेंजेस आ सकते हैं. इसमें हम फर्स्ट पढ़ेंगे कंपोनेंट्स और कंपोजिशन में कौन कौन से चेंजेस आ सकते हैं. Any changes in components or composition of the formulation can be considered as major change. Such significant change must be inspected carefully as they can affect the stability and efficacy of the product. Changes components or composition that have the effect of adding a new excipient can be defined in 3 levels are explained below. Level 1. Change those are unlikely to have any detectable impact on formulation performance. जिससे हमारे कोई भी प्रोडक्ट की फाइनल इफिकेसी पर कोई कमी फर्क पड़ेगा उस वो हमारे आते हैं लेवल 1 में. जैसे डिलीटेशन और partial deletion of an API to affect the color or the flavor of the drug product. इसमें हम फाइलिंग डॉक्यूमेंटेशन एनुअल रिपोर्ट देते हैं रेगुलेटरी बॉडीज को जो के सभी इंफॉर्मेशन इंक्लूड करती है लॉन्ग टर्म स्टेबिलिटी डाटा पर. Level 2 changes. Level 2 changes are those changes that could have a significant impact on the formulation, quality performance, test and filing documentation of level 2 vary depending on the 3 factors: therapeutic ranges, solubility, and permeability. Examples: change in technical grade of excipients, filing documentation, prior approval, supplement. लेवल 2 में हमें प्रायर अप्रूवल लेना होता है किसी भी रेगुलेटरी बॉडी से. Level 3 changes. Level 3 changes are those changes that have likely to have a significant impact on formulation quality and performance. Example, any quantitative or qualitative excipient change to narrow therapeutic drug beyond the range. फाइलिंग डॉक्यूमेंट्स, इसका भी हमें प्रायर अप्रूवल लेना होता है किसी भी रेगुलेटरी बॉडी से. हमारी रेगुलेटरी बॉडी है डिस्को. साइट चेंज. साइट पर हमारे क्या क्या चेंजेस आ सकते हैं. Site change consists of change in the manufacturing site of company-owned and contract manufacturing facilities. It does not include any scale-up change in manufacturing, including process or equipment, change in components or composition. New manufacturing location should have a satisfactory current GMP inspection. Change in manufacturing site are defined in 3 levels explained below. Level 1. Change of site within a single facility where the Same equipment, SOP, environmental condition, and common personnel for both sites are used, and where no changes are made to the manufacturing batch record. Documentation इसके हम annual report दे सकते हैं. Level 2 changes. Level 2 changes consist of site change between facilities in a adjacent city या block, where the same equipment, SOPs, environmental condition, common person for both manufacturing sites are same, and where no changes are made to manufacturing batch record. Filing documentation इसकी भी हम annual report दे सकते हैं. Level 3 changes consist of change in manufacturing site to a different campus or different city. हम किसी भी डिफरेंट सिटी में जाकर जो भी चेंजेस करते हैं साइट में, मैन्युफैक्चरिंग साइट में, वो लेवल 3 के अंडर आते हैं. A different campus is defined as one that is not on the same original contiguous site or where the facilities are not in adjacent block. Filing documentation इसकी भी हम एनुअल रिपोर्ट दे सकते हैं. नेक्स्ट आता है हमारा चेंज इन बैच साइज. पोस्ट अप्रूवल change in batch size. All scale up and scale up down changes should be properly validated and where needed inspected by the appropriate agency. इसमें आता है level 1 change. Change in batch size up to the including factor of 10 times of the pilot plant. First batch, the batches are manufactured in full compliance with GMP. Second is some SOPs should be followed during scale up and scale down. Filing documentation इसको हम रिपोर्ट करते हैं annually. Level 2 changes. Change in batch size beyond the factor of 10 times the size of pilot plant, where the equipment used to produce the test batch is of the same design and operating principles, and the batch is manufactured in full compliance with GMP. The same SOPs and control as well as the same formulation and manufacturing procedure are used on batch and full-scale production batch. Filing documentation is annually report. Manufacturing. Manufacturing can affect by both the equipment used in manufacturing and in the process itself. A. Equipment. मैन्युफैक्चरिंग करते टाइम हमारे इक्विपमेंट से और प्रोसेस से दोनों से इफेक्ट हो सकता है. फर्स्ट आता है हमारा इक्विपमेंट. इक्विपमेंट में हमारा होता है लेवल 1 चेंज. दिस कैटेगरी कंसिस्ट ऑफ चेंज फ्रॉम नॉन ऑटोमेटेड और नॉन मैकेनिकल इक्विपमेंट टू ऑटोमेटेड और मैकेनिकल इक्विपमेंट. Change to alternative equipment of same design and operating principle of same or different capacity. Level 2 changes are change in equipment to different design and different operating principles. Filing documentation prior approval changes with a justification of change. सेकंड आता है बी प्रोसेस. प्रोसेस करते टाइम हमारे मैन्युफैक्चरिंग में इफेक्ट आ सकता है. इसमें आता है लेवल 1 चेंजेस. दिस कैटेगरी इन्वॉल्व includes process change such as mixing time, operating speed within application validation range. Filing documentation annual report. Level 2 changes आते हैं. This category involves change including batch size, mixing speed, operating speed outside application या validation range. Filing documentation इसकी भी हम annual report दे सकते हैं. Sorry. Level 3 आता है हमारा change in type of the process used in manufacturing of the data, such as the change from wet granulation to direct compression to of dry powder. फाइल एंड डॉक्यूमेंटेशन हमें इसकी प्राइवेट अप्रूवल लेनी पड़ती है जस्टिफिकेशन के साथ. नेक्स्ट इज हमारा इंट्रोडक्शन टू प्लेटफॉर्म टेक्नोलॉजी. A common or standard method, equipment, process, or work practice that may be applied to the research, development, or manufacturing of different products. A platform technology or process may be generally defined as common or standard method, equipment, process, or work practice that may be applied across multiple products under development of manufacturing. प्लेटफॉर्म टेक्नोलॉजी का मतलब है एक ही प्लेटफॉर्म पर हम अलग अलग तरह की टेक्नोलॉजीज का कैसे इस्तेमाल कर सकते हैं. मतलब हम एक ही टेक्नोलॉजी यूज करके अलग अलग ड्रग कैसे बना सकते हैं. जैसे हमारा मोबाइल फोन होता है, उसमें एक प्लेटफॉर्म होता है हमारा मोबाइल फोन. उसमें हमारी अलग अलग एप्लीकेशन वर्क कर सकते हैं. मल्टीमीडिया एप्लीकेशन, ट्रेवल एप्लीकेशन, सोशल नेटवर्किंग एप्लीकेशन, यूटिलिटी एप्लीकेशन या वेब ब्राउजर्स. ऐसी हमारी प्लेटफॉर्म टेक्नोलॉजी होती है जिसमें हम एक ही प्लेटफॉर्म या एक ही टेक्नोलॉजी का यूज करके अलग अलग प्रोडक्ट्स या अलग अलग ड्रग बना सकते हैं. थैंक यू.